Hello, St. Peter's, and welcome back for another summer reading adventure. Today is number 12. Wow, we only have a couple more weeks left of our amazing, fun summer reading adventure time. Look at us today. I know we kind of look a little bit shadowy because today we're under our secret hideout tree. Okay, this is a magic tree that's in my backyard, and my friends and I like to come out and play under the tree sometimes. You never know if you might dig up some buried treasure. So today we have Ralph and Daisy decided to hang out closer to the ground. They're a little nervous, but look at Magic Monkey and Joy. They are climbing the tree. They're hanging out in the tree, but don't worry, we still have Joy's jar of joy, so we can spread that joy when we're all through with our story today. So why are we under our tree? Well, earlier this week, we read a book about the sun and the moon becoming friends, and we're continuing our friendship week. But today, it's a little bit different, and I think you're gonna like it. A lot of you may know this story, but I think it's gonna be really cool to read it under the tree and maybe think about those special kinds of friends again. Do you want to see what it is? All right. In my adventure pack, I have my water bottle, of course. Hot summer days. It's nice to be under the shady tree. It's not quite so hot. A blank piece of paper. Wonder what we're going to do with that. I'll show you later after the story. Our book today, ta-da! Have you seen it before? Okay, don't tell anyone how it ends. Before we read it, we have to get ready. So let's turn up our ears so we're ready to listen. Turn off our mouths so we don't make a sound. Put your hands quietly in your lap. Take a nice big deep breath. And now we're ready for our story. Okay, this one is called The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend. Unimaginary? I've heard of imaginary friends. I wonder where his adventures will take them. Will take him and his friends. It's a good thing that we are summer reading adventurers. We'll be ready for this adventure. Okay, our author is Santat. Let's see where Beekle's adventures take him. Here we go. Look at those pictures. Isn't that cool? Well, he was born on an island far away where imaginary friends were created. Here they lived and played, each eagerly waiting to be imagined by a real child. So this is an island where imaginary friends wait for you or I to think them up in our heads so they can come play with us. And there he is. That looks like a fun place to be. Every night he stood under the stars, hoping for his turn to be picked by a child and give him a special name. He waited for many nights. So as you can see on this night, someone has thought about this imaginary friend that kind of looks like a cat. But he wasn't chosen that night. Oh no. But his turn never came. He looks all alone now. His mind filled with thoughts of all the amazing things that were keeping his friend from imagining him. So he's thinking, well, maybe they're too busy playing soccer or reading books or juggling or playing the guitar or baking, all things that you can do that you're not really using your imagination. You're being creative, but not thinking about an imaginary friend. Well, so rather than waiting, he did the unimaginable. That means something that no one else would ever have thought of. What did he do? He sailed through unknown waters and faced many scary things. But thinking about his friend gave him the courage to journey on. So he left his island and he decided to go find that friend. Look at the whales down here. There he goes. Until he reached the world. Well, our world, because remember, he was on an imaginary island. The real world was a strange place. No kids were eating cake. No one stopped to hear the music. And everyone needed nap time. Not what he was expecting. Then he finally saw something familiar. See that? So he followed. He thinks he found another imaginary friend. Oh, he had a good feeling about this place. So now they're at the playground, and as you can see, there are many children there who have their imaginary friends with them, and they're playing with them, right? Oh, but he looked everywhere, and he could not find his friend. Look. So he was looking and watching where all the other kids were playing, and he didn't find his friend. He must be feeling kind of sad. Well, he climbed to the top of a tree and looked out, wishing and hoping his friend would come. There he is, just like our tree. But no one came. All the kids went away. He thought about how far he'd come and how long he'd waited, and he felt very sad. Then he heard a noise below. Hello? He came down. Look, he brought her paper. So if we turn back and look at the picture, her paper got stuck. Did you notice that before? Let's go back and look at these pictures really closely. If you see in this picture when he's climbing up the tree, there's a little girl down here, and it looks like she's writing something. And then when all the other kids left, we see a piece of paper that maybe you missed the first time, flying through the air. And then that paper got stuck in the tree. And that's when she called to him. She probably wanted to get that back, and he brought it down to her. Isn't that amazing? We didn't notice that paper at first, but then once we go through the book, you can go back and see it. That's why I love when you have a book in your hands and you can keep turning the pages back. Every time you look at the pictures, you might find something new. So let's see what happens since Beekle brought this special paper down to this little girl. Let's see. Her face was friendly and familiar, and there was something about her that felt just right. Look what she drew. She drew the tree and Beekle helping give her paper back. How did she know? It was in her imagination. She imagined Beekle. Don't you love how the stars, the leaves on that tree are stars? I think that's pretty cool. Well, so at first, they weren't sure what to do. They were kind of shy. Neither of them had made a friend before. But kind of nervous. After a little while, they relaxed. And she says, Beekle. Oh, she gave him a name. They were perfect together. I'm Beekle! Hi, Beekle. So you saw how nervous and shy they were, but eventually they talked to each other. So now they're friends. Beekle and Alice had many new adventures. They shared their snacks. They told funny jokes. Look, they're laughing and they don't even get the joke. That's fun. And she's drawing it all. The world began to feel a little less strange. And look, there's the boy with the imaginary friend that Beekle first saw. Wow. She's a good artist, drawing all those pictures of their adventures together. And together, they did the unimaginable. Wow, look at all of their friends are there with their imaginary friends, and they are having adventures and playing together. That's pretty special. The end. What do you think about that? So Beekle needed a child to think of him in their minds, and Alice did that. She thought of him, and she even drew it on the paper, and then it came true for Beekle. He finally found his home. Isn't that really cool? That's why I thought today, if we come under our special friendship tree, we can have amazing adventures down here. These are some kind of imaginary friends. I can see them, but I have to talk to them and imagine what they would say to me. What if we created our own imaginary friend? Do you have an imaginary friend? It's okay if you don't. Some of you may have an imaginary friend that you've had for a long time, and maybe you don't. Well, either way, we can still use our imagination and come up with one. So that's what this paper is for. But here's the thing. I can't show you what your imaginary friend looks like. I can only show you what my imaginary friend looks like. If you remember in the book, all of those kids all had different imaginary friends. Some of them looked like real things and some were just like blobs. Like Beekle, he's just a blob with a crown on his head, right? It's not really a thing that we know. But I remember seeing a cloud for someone's imaginary friend, or there was a dinosaur, and there was a whale and a panda bear. I'm gonna find that page again where they were sitting around waiting to be thought up. And you can see these imaginary friends, like he looks like a panda and a cloud, but this is a crazy looking drum with eyes and octopus arms, right? And he looks like a silly sort of monster. And this guy looks like a fish with a sailor hat. So some of the imaginary friends look like things we know, and some of them don't. So the challenge for you is to use your imagination. Now, if you already have an imaginary friend, then you probably know what it looks like already, because you already thought of it in your mind. But if you don't have one, you get to make one up. That's really exciting. On a plain piece of paper. I used crayons for mine. Do you want to see it? Okay. So my imaginary friend, its name is Bixby. I don't know why. This is what I thought of. Isn't it crazy? So here's what I was thinking. When I drew mine, I didn't even know what I was going to draw at first. And then it just kept coming. And I kept using so many colors. And I imagine that when Bixby moves around, all of these colory feathers on him flutter around. And it kind of looks like a flying rainbow or confetti. And I put wings on Bixby because I wanted Bixby to be able to fly so you could see all of those things fluttering. But I also gave Bixby a lot of feet in case they wanted to tap dance. Because Bixby loves dancing and loves spreading his joy. So that's my imaginary friend. Yours does not need to look like mine. I'm not even going to show you how I did it because as a matter of fact, I might not remember exactly how I did it because I sat down with my crayons and I just started drawing. And this is what came out. My imaginary friend Bixby. How do you like that? I gave him a friendly smile and a cute little nose and some big eyes. So you are gonna take your paper and draw your imaginary friend. Guess what? If you start drawing and you don't like it, what can you do? Start over. Or maybe you'll start drawing and you go, ooh, I don't think that's what I wanted, but keep going, because it might turn into something completely different than when you started. Okay? I mean, mine started out as just a blue guy, and look, he turned into all the colors. It's pretty cool. Now, once you make your imaginary friend, I would love to see them. So have your mom or dad take a picture and put it in the comments section so that we can all see what your imaginary friend looks like. Tell me what you named it, because remember, they need a name. That's how Beekle became Alice's imaginary friend, because she named him, and then he got to be with her. Then once you have your imaginary friend, you can go and play. You might not have a tree in your backyard, that's okay. You can maybe sit under the table, if you have a table outside, or just in a little corner, shady corner of the yard. Find a spot that can be like your secret adventure spot, right? But of course, I invite all of my friends in. We don't leave anybody out. And we can have a lot of fun down here. That's your challenge. But guess what we're gonna do now? We're gonna spread some joy. All right, Joy, you need to come on down. See if Magic Monkey, oh, he's gonna stay up there. Monkeys do like to climb trees. Let's see how we're gonna spread some joy today. I'm excited. This was a fun day. I love that story about Beekle, and I love then thinking about what my imaginary friend would look like. It's pretty neat. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh, I love this one. It says, smile at everyone you see. I didn't hold it up very well, did I? Let's try it like this. There we go. Smile at everyone you see. That's not hard at all. As people are walking, and now that we don't have to have our masks on all the time, you can see their faces and you can see them smiling back at you. Share your smile. You will be surprised. Even people having the worst day, if they see you smile at them, it's gonna warm their heart a little bit. And they might just smile back at you or give you a wink like that. Oh, I love it. I can't wait to see all your smiles when we're back in school. But for now, it will make me happy knowing that you are going around the world spreading your joy by sharing those wonderful smiles that I know you have with everyone that you see. Joy, that is an amazing way to spread some joy. All right, we have one more thing to do. You know what that is. Maybe Joy can help me today. We need to get our adventure log, dun, 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 and we need to fill in the next part of our caterpillar. So, you know what I like to do. Get out my crayons, close my eyes, and see what color it's gonna be today. Today, it's gonna be brown. And brown is good. I need to use my book to hold it up. All right, so remember, you don't have to use the same color I'm using. You might have a special way of doing your own caterpillar, but make sure you fill in that circle because we just had an amazing adventure. And I know you're gonna show me a really cool imaginary friend. I can't wait to see them. Here they are. Let's count and see how many amazing adventures we've had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's amazing. I'm having so much fun. Look, we only have 4 left. But don't worry, the fun doesn't end at the end of summer. We're still gonna have a lot of great adventures together. So we have 4 more fun adventures for our summer reading program. I can't wait to find out what they are. I don't know either. Some days it's a surprise for me, just as it is for you. Okay, boys and girls, that's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed our Beekle, the unimaginary friend, his adventures, and our secret, fun, adventure time friend spot under our tree. I cannot wait to see your imaginary friends. Show me, share them. I can't wait. And of course, spreading that joy with your smiles. That's the best part of all. Okay, boys and girls, have a great weekend. And until next week, don't forget, keep spreading your joy.